Yo, what's geht up? This is Max from Real Social Dynamics, and in this video we'll be talking about what to do when other guys come into your set. When you're talking to a girl or girls and then another guy comes in, tries to quote-unquote steal your girl or ruin the interaction. And I'm gonna give you a 5-step easy solution to that, with the 5th step actually almost being like this kind of magic pill solution to fix it automatically for you. So stay tuned for the end of the video. All steps are really freaking key here. And it's a question I've been getting for a very long time now. I've been traveling the world, for 3 times, I think, for over 4 years. I've been teaching thousands of men in person, tens of thousands of people online. It has been an incredible journey, and that's one of the most common questions I've been getting. Before we're gonna get into the 5 steps though, please do consider hitting that subscribe button right underneath this video. There's a little bell symbol on the side as well. Click that, that way you get notified every time I'm dropping an epic video for you multiple times per week. Step number 1 on how to avoid other guys coming into your set trying to quote-unquote steal your girl is your mindset. Understand that you need to see it as a compliment. Why? Really think about that. If another guy sees you as competition, it basically means, hey, he's at least somewhat scared of you. This is especially the case when a guy comes in and he really demonstratively tries to put his arm around the girl that he might know, and he's like, hey bro, she's here with me. He would never ever do that if he wouldn't see you as competition. So, I remember that myself when I started out with game. I'm 172 centimeters, that's like 5'7.5" or something like that. I'm not really the tallest motherfucker out there, and I don't really look like the intimidating, really cool guy, especially when I started out with this whole approaching girls thing. And I'll never forget for the first time when this good-looking, tall, well-built guy was scared that I was talking to these girls. He was trying to outgame me, and he did. But at the same time, I was like, dude, thank you. You actually kind of made my day. I never thought I could be competition for a guy like you. So whenever a guy tries to see you as competition, see it as a compliment. Step number 2, and this is really important, we call this screening. Screen the girls. Get to know who they're here with. Now, why is that so key? Well, imagine you get to know by the girl, oh, she's here with her 2 male friends, right? So later on, when the guys come in, you're like, oh, these are her friends. Let's imagine the girls say, oh, it's just us 2 here, we don't have any friends here, and some other guy comes in. Now you know that they don't even know the guy. Why is this important? This is important because you always want to be in control of the interaction. This is so freaking key. You need to know when that guy comes in, is this guy a complete stranger just trying to be a dick here, or is this guy a friend, a cousin, a brother, or a boyfriend of the girl? Because knowing who you're dealing with is incredibly important for knowing what you actually have to do, which brings us then later on to the next point. But this is really freaking key. So many guys, they're just blindly trying to do an interaction, especially when the girl is alone. This is so crazy. Really trying to emphasize this here. When a girl is alone in a nightclub, the first question that you need to ask, this is something you should ask within the first 20 seconds here. Who are you here with? Most guys, they're so dumb, they don't even grasp this situation. They're like, well, the girl is probably alone here. Herp-de-derp, good for me. Dude, no hot, attractive girl usually goes alone to a nightclub or a bar or whatever. So you need to ask within the first 20 to 30 seconds of the interaction, who are you here with? Where are your friends? Now, the way you should ask that, you don't want to fall into this weird interrogation mode. Why are you here alone? Where is everybody? Like creepy. No, honestly, don't do that. What you want to do is you want to just kind of blasé ask her, oh, where's your friends, by the way? Right? So something like that. Oh, who are you here with, by the way? This by the way. This kind of just makes it seem like this oh, by the way kind of question. And then depending on her answer, if somebody comes into the interaction, you know whose friend that is. And once you know what her deal is, who she's here with, now you can actually plan the interaction. When somebody's coming in, you actually have information about that person, which helps you dealing with that person much better. But that's part of step number 3, to which we're going to swoosh right now. And we're at step 3. Now, you've gathered the information whether or not the girl is here with another guy or several other guys. Now, if the guy comes in, step 3 deals with if they know the guy. So if the guy comes in and they know the guy, you have to befriend him. This is super key. If you get all in competition weird mode, first of all, It shows that you're low value, that you see him as competition. And second of all, she will always side with her friend. If the guy is in her social circle, if the guy is an acquaintance of hers, she will always side with him. Why? Because if she sides with the new guy, she's a slut. Oh no, she's a whore. Some new guy right away, she's super on, just throwing herself on him. So of course she has to side with the guy, which leaves you no other choice than being nice to the freaking guy. No confrontation, no need to being a dick. Be nice. And even if he's a little bit of a dick to you, if he's a little bit protective, of course he's got to be, because probably you're a creepy weird guy in his brain. He needs to make sure, okay, there's probably a guy getting on my friend's nerves here. I need to get in and be the protector here. But if you're very nice, if you show that you're socially savvy, if you can be a cool guy, he's like, oh cool, no need for me to defend here. Absolutely no need. And many times, if the guy is cool himself, then he's actually going to be super nice back to you and maybe even help you out. This is really, really great, because now you show that you're socially savvy. Now you show that you don't see the other guy as a competition, and the other guy ends up helping you out. Now, really key here though, don't be this like apologetic, dickless entity that is now just overly nice to the guy, right? It's like, hey bro, or do you want to be my friend? No, don't do that either, okay? That's a little too extreme on the nice side. Be cool, respect him, accept him, maybe throw a cool compliment at him, like, hey dude, I love your shirt, man, that's really epic. And remain cool with the guy, okay? I'd never forget, I had that once years ago. I was pulling this girl, I was on vacation, and we went to her place, and said male friend was at her place. They were sharing a hotel room. And we tried to get in, and he's like, who the fuck is this guy? Get the fuck out of here, right? Again, like that defense mechanism, because he didn't know me. So I basically got cock-blocked by the guy. Now, next day, we were all at this like holiday vacation resort. I run into the girl again, this time on the dance floor, and also with her overly protective friend. Now, it was interesting because now I had the chance to actually get to know the guy and show him that I'm not a creepy guy that he needs to protect the girl from. So he was wearing like Super Mario shirt or something like that, and we were all on the dance floor, and I'm just like high-fiving him and saying, dude, I love your fucking shirt, man. And just showed him a tiny little bit of respect and basically proved him that there's nothing to worry about me. So 5 minutes later, we were having a good time. He was high-fiving me, fist-bumping me. Then at some point, he pulls me to the side. He's like, hey man, I think my friend really likes you, so I'm gonna go home now, and you know, you guys can do your thing and stuff like that. He actually ended up quote-unquote winging me, which is just a perfect example of what happens when the guy knows the girl and you're friendly to him. Now, there is one little exception here, and I want to add that in too. If the guy is in her social circle, but he's some sort of an orbiter, some sort of a beta male, some sort of a guy that got friend-zoned by the girl, no matter what happens, many times he will perceive you as a big threat. Which kind of links back to the second step that we talked about earlier. You need to know who the girl is here with and kind of gauge how is she talking about the guy. If she's like, oh, I'm here with my best friend, he's this really cool guy, la-di-da, then it's probably actually a cool guy. If she kind of is dismissive, like, yeah, I'm here with some of my male friends, they're kind of weird, you know, they're kind of jealous and stuff like that, then you know, okay, this is a guy who's quote-unquote on her for years, and he will perceive you as a threat. Even there, you gotta be friendly to the guy, you gotta respect him and not get in this weird beta male confrontation battle with him, because that will only diminish your value. Yeah, so again, be friendly with the guy, show some respect, show that you don't see him as a competition, and then it will ideally work. If the guy is overly super duper protective, have a look at your girl. If she's kind of getting mad at him for being a dick to you, you can actually isolate her and say, hey, actually, let's go over and grab some drinks. Hey, let's go chill at the bar or whatnot. You can do that. But again, you gotta be cool. You can't get butthurt about that, and you gotta be always in a good mood when you're doing these steps. Now, step number 4 deals with what to do if the guy comes in and he's not in the social circle of the girlfriend. So again, step number 2 is already you get to know whether or not she's here with guys. Now, let's say the guy comes in and he's just some random freaking guy who the girls do not know, and he's just there to ruin the show and mess things up. The easy solution here is you ignore him. Okay? You ignore him. It's so incredible, the power of ignoring the freaking guy. So usually the guy comes in, he's like, hey bro, what's up bro? Or he comes up to the girl, you see what you gotta do is here, you gotta ignore him full on and kind of create this bubble with your girl or with the girls that you're talking to. You gotta hold super strong eye contact. You must never look at him and acknowledge his existence. In fact, you should keep telling your story loud enough so they can physically not even hear the other guy. So imagine you're talking about some random story like, yeah, the other day we were at McDonald's and we tried to order these McChicken things, and the guy comes in, hey, what's up guys? Is this guy bothering you? Instead of doing this, looking at the guy like, oh, excuse me, and just acknowledging his existence, you basically act like he's a ghost, like fairy dust, like non-existent. So he comes in, hey, what's up? Is this guy bothering you? You're just like, yeah, so anyway, so we ordered those McChickens, and you will not believe what happened. One of the McChicken comes out, and there's actually the fish fillet thing in there. And I was like, what the hell is this? I ordered a McChicken. Can you believe that? Now at this point, again, girls will always go for the one person that is easier to listen to. And if you have vocal projection loud enough, if you're holding eye contact, if you don't acknowledge his existence, they will not acknowledge his existence either. What's now going to happen is the guy becomes desperate. He sees he's not being acknowledged. So you maybe try to like poke a little bit. Hey bro, where are you from, bro? Where are you from, man? And the cool thing is, again, because he sees you not acknowledging him, he now tries to get your attention, which means what? His value sinks even more. He will try harder to get your attention or the girl's attention, then he will pendulum back and forth, swing back and forth, trying to get anybody's attention, but you keep telling your story. It doesn't even matter if you ran out of things to say, just talk about some random freaking stuff, hold eye contact with the girl or the girls, and speak loud enough, speak over him. Then he's gonna try to come into some story, then he's gonna try to make some jokes. You just keep going, not acknowledging his existence, because again, in your reality, there is no competition. He doesn't exist. It's not his freaking job to be your competition. You don't even know what competition is. You keep telling your story. Crazy enough, most of these guys, they will give up. And 95% of the time, those guys will just have this weird look in their face like, am I really a ghost? What is happening? And then they just wander off to their chode friends and have another beer and talk about the game or whatever the freaking shit it is. So that's how you deal with a guy who just randomly comes in. Ignore the hell out of that, and it's easy. But then again, I want to link that to step number 2. It is really, really freaking key to know whether or not the girl knows the guy. Because if you ignore the guy and he's her friend, you instantly lost all attraction. He's going to be a dick. He's going to have the high ground because he's already in the social circle. He's going to pull the girls away and you have lost. But in 95% of the time, this will work if you truly know that the guy is not in the girls' social circle. Now, step number 5, the promised extra magic pill solution is coming now. So pay attention and we're going to swoosh right to it. Gonna comment on this girl's sting with a bird. Fucking bird. But Max, what do I do if the random stranger becomes violent? That usually happens when you go to bars and nightclubs, etc. The guy becomes violent. Why? Because he sees on a verbal level, he's not a match. On a charisma level, he's not a match. He can't compete with you. So, you know, usually if you're like me, you're not the biggest guy. So they try to like elbow or even like shove you away and shit like that. What do I do if the guy becomes aggressive and violent? Very easy solution. You remove yourself from the situation. I don't care if your ego comes in. I don't care if you want to smack his fuck this. What are you gonna do when you get in a fight with him? He gets kicked out, you get kicked out. Either he's stronger than you and he kicks your ass and you get injured physically, which no girl is ever worth getting physically injured, or you kick his ass, great, now you still both get kicked out. Maybe he's even gonna sue you because you hurt him and stuff like that. It's not gonna get you the girl, it's not gonna get anything done except you brush your little ego a little bit. So you simply remove yourself from the situation. Why is that so great? Number 1, if you remove your situation and the guy became overly violent, he's not gonna get the girl or girls anyway. Nobody has ever gotten a girl in the civilized world by being aggressive. It's just the biggest sign of inferiority complex if you need to be physically aggressive towards a competitor. Like the moment he's aggressive about you, you're just like, haha, yeah, this is kind of weird. Anyways, I'll be right back. You just go somewhere else, you go grab a drink, you go talk to somebody else. Now he's all boasting because he physically was the aggressor, the girl's not gonna find that attractive. They're like, this guy is freaking weird. You can literally keep your eye on him in your periphery. He's gonna be talking to the girls for 30 seconds, 2 minutes max, and he's gonna be out. And what's happening then when he's out? You swoosh right back in, be in a good mood, have a good time. Oh yeah, so anyways, and you pick up with whatever story you were talking about before. If he becomes super duper aggressive, all you gotta do is you walk straight to the bouncer. In fact, even better if he follows you trying to fight with you. Hey bro, what's up, man? It's fine. You're just like, haha, yeah. You walk up to the bouncer, like, excuse me, this guy's really drunk. He's been groping on the girls trying to get into fights. Watch and enjoy how he's getting down on the ground, maybe pepper spray, probably kicked out, and you shake hands with the bouncers. Now you become friends with the bouncers. You can come back to the girls, and it's incredible. Every time I did this, granted it hasn't happened many times because usually guys don't tend to come into my sets anymore. Step 5, we'll talk about this in a second, but every time it happened, and I just kept my complete cool, and I just walked over, and the guy tried to get in a fight with me, just being super competitive. I had the guy kicked out. I smoothly came back to the girls. They're like, this was so attractive. You kept it cool. You didn't get down on his level. He was drunk, and you just brush it off. You're like, oh yeah, it was weird. So anyway, and you keep talking about your story. Nothing is of higher value than you not getting down to the guy's physical violence level. All right, so now let's talk about step number 5, the magic pill solution. It automatically avoids other guys having come into your set. So let's swoosh to it. Let's go. And step number 5, I'm chilling here with some of my Team RSD Max coaches. Now, most of these guys, unfortunately, have better game than me. But yo, that's why I settled down here in my office, surrounded by people that have better game than me, so I can learn that. And that's why I'm working with them. And why is this relevant for step number 5? Because step number 5 says, have better game and avoid having other guys coming in the first place. Because if you have shitty game, guys like these are snag your girl. Okay, just kidding. No, here's the basic gist. If you're in a nightclub or a bar or wherever and you're talking to a girl or girls and the girl seems kind of creeped out, weirded out, she seems not interested, what is another guy gonna do? Many guys that just walk around, they're searching for the easy target, the easy steal. So if they see a guy like you struggling, they're like, whoa, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna rescue the girls, right? And that's where you can easily lose. But, and I mentioned this earlier, if you have really good game and the girl is looking at you with Bambi eyes and she's super on and interested and she's laughing at all your jokes, even the dumb jokes, no other guy is gonna come in and try to rescue her. He's probably gonna think like, oh, this is probably her fucking boyfriend. Oh, holy shit, this guy's got game. I'm not gonna have a chance. And it doesn't matter if you're tall or short like me, or if you're foreign, or if you're weird, fat, old, young. It doesn't matter. If the girl is on, the risk of another guy coming in is extremely freaking low. So that being said, get better game. You know, it's such a simple thing to say, but how do I get better game? I have certain problems. How can I overcome these problems? That's why I brought these guys in here. Some of my Team RSD Max coaches, we have something really cool to offer for you. If you want to say, hey, I want to have a little bit of coaching, a little bit of mentoring, we have something really cool for you, and that is a free consulting call. That free consulting call is entirely for free. It doesn't cost you anything. Anybody can do that. All you have to do is you can click the link here in the description or somewhere where it appears here, and you apply, okay? That application, you fill it out, you click the link, you fill out the application, takes you 1 or 2 minutes maximum, and then you can book a call with these guys. And then maybe you can join my mentoring program. That's 8 weeks of mentoring with me and some of my coaches, where we're really gonna teach you over 8 weeks, or not. If you don't wanna be part of the mentoring program, if it's not a good fit for you, then at least you get a free consulting call in which we're gonna look at your current situation with game, with girls. We look where you want to be, what are the dream girls that you wanna date with, what is your dream sex life gonna look like, and we help you go from here where you are right now to your dreams. We're gonna help you build that battle plan out. So again, click the link somewhere here, apply for the free consulting call. Thanks guys for joining me here. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. GG.